but going international kidogo majuzi kulikuwa na ile meeting ya kina Jinping Modi the Russia nani Putin
na wa South Korea
na Ryan ni North Korea ni ndongana ni yora hata imepotelea
Kim Jong-un
so one of the things that they did is they discussed hot mic ilishika Putin and Jinping talking about living for 150 years.
Yeah.
So your first two points about that, because Mimi, the first thing when I heard that, and I looked at them and I saw two dictators, yes? So when I look at these two dictators, I'm like, hot mic, the minute that it reached to African dictators, Mseka Museveni. I have hope.
Exactly, guys. It'll be like
I still have another 70 years.
A trip to China.
Yes. Have 70 years to screw Uganda. But ulichekiaje hivyo tukianza tu now just looking at it scientifically first before even look at it politically.
I love the kind of technology that science has enabled us to develop.
Yes.
Up to now, and it has prolonged our life.
Yes.
Jamii believe in mambo za only eating organic foods. Nini.
Yes.
Everything is organic, you know. How does this be organic? So the thing is, 200 years ago, the life expectancy ya watu ilikuwa like in 30s.
Yes.
You know?
So like mtu wa
30 years walikuwa mzee. You know? And these guys were eating organic.
Yes.
Hakukuwa na nini. Actually the air was so clean. Hakukuwa na vehicles, hakukuwa na nini, gasoline. The air was clean.
Yes.
But it's because there are other factors kama diseases nini that are affecting the life expectancy.
Yes.
So then we grew to a moment where now like science is really affecting the things we develop.
Yes.
That can give us more health and stuff. Hata leo I was looking at pictures zingine za kulikuwa na some video clip of why is it that 30-year-olds wa kitambo walikuwa na kawaze compared to so these guys like pulled videos of like 1970s.
Yeah, cheki. I saw ingine hapo. They're like 40-year-olds wa kitambo. Walikuwa chapa.
Sasa ukiona mtu wa 40 years
like
they are just starting.
Like unachikile kitambo watu walikuwa wanachapa haraka.
So
and people used to eat organic.
Sunscreen, watu walikuwa na sunscreen, guys were smoking too much tobacco.
While still eating organic.
Yeah, but they were eating organic. Hakukuwa na fast food nini.
Nah,
so there's evidence that a certain growth in science, especially and people believing in scientific solutions,
yes,
improves life expectancy and general health and well-being, at least to a certain level beyond which it's age and stuff, you know. But that's why you see like there are developed countries, let's say for example Japan and the Scandinavian countries, that they have a very high life expectancy. To like vitu zimerelax, kuna chakula, uko na nyumba, uko na nini. So the Putin and neo-Nazi. So these guys, I think their perspective is sort of different. They're not looking at it from an average guy who is like just a citizen accessing what science has provided. For them is like, you know, the China guy, Ali changed the constitution. So he's basically a ruler for life.
Yes.
Putin sort of found a way around the mambo constitution. So you know, if you can always do your elections when you are the only candidate, obviously you are going to be winning.
Yes.
So he found that in everybody who probably comes up to opposition, nashtuka kwa mapolonium kwa tea, ama kwa mabalcony nini umetoka kwa balcony, nashtuka umeanguka from the balcony.
Kuna vitu
London. Somebody who is serving in some luxurious hotel in London amekuspike hiyo nini, nakuwa na ugonjwa 5 months later you're dead.
Yes, kuzata ukiangalia ile nani ya Kim Jong-un ile ilikuwa ni something splashed kwa sura yako kwa airport na story yako kuisha.
So so for them is like they're talking about it from the perspective like just how long can I be the leader of this country? Yeah. Because there's literally no challenge.
Yes.
There's literally no to their power.
Yes, and kuzio nini hiyo kitu ilibaki imespark an very interesting debate pia cause ilikuwa ni Reuters so ilikuwa ni Xi na Putin video on living to 150 dropped as Chinese TV pulls permission. Then ikakuwa the unusually candid exchange between the world leaders was widely shared by broadcasters and on social media globally. Ikakuwa the Reuters news agency has withdrawn a video showing an exchange between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping on the subject of organ transplants and living to 150 years after Chinese state media withdrew legal permission to use the footage and demanded its removal. A written request from the China Central Television, CCTV, legal team said Reuters exceeded the usage terms of its agreement and criticized the editorial treatment applied to this material, prompting the news agency to remove the footage from its website on Friday. Putin and Xi were heard in an exchange that was picked up by a microphone on Wednesday, discussing organ transplants and the possibility of humans living to 150 years as they worked together in Beijing alongside North Korea's Kim Jong-un. Wakaendelea, biotechnology is continuously developing. Human organs can be continuously transplanted. The longer you live, the younger you become, and you can even achieve immortality. Putin's interpreter said in Chinese as the Russian leader and Xi approached Tiananmen Square. Yani hata Israel zinatry kuishi forever.
Ya nani?
Yeah.
Alafu
mostly hapo ndio sasa
mostly wako kwa
prison afu Africa. Africa vile tunachukuliwa
tuko na story hapa juzi ya Eldoret nini ya organ transplants.
Yes.
So the thing is like hizo organs zinatoka kwa nani?
Because tayari usemaga black don't crack. That means we age better.
For like 500 years uko za no.
Yeah, so age better than white people. Sindio? So napataga Africa, of course, we don't age that better because poor nutrition, we do a lot of hard labor, blah, blah, blah. But so napata sisi wale wa the urban areas tuta age better than our parents.
Yeah.
And our parents aged better than their grandparents. And then our kids, sisi wata age better than sisi. Sindio? So, so some predict in this century humans may live up to 150 years old.
That would be cool.
Yes.
Like, that would be cool. But especially since for some of us, like maybe there's no expectation of heaven.
Yes.
So if you can do 150 years, I'm like, that's cool. But bado tutakuwa tunafika zile ages za mabaibu. Yeah. Kuna jamaa 900 and what? There was the oldest guy.
Methuselah.
Methuselah. Almost
I think even Abraham.
1,000. Abraham alizienda.
I think Abraham alizienda.
Hey, Bible has a story.
Abraham. I think Abraham got circumcised. Was it at 99? There's some ridiculous
like,
age.
That's now youth.
Uko 99 uko
iko nini?
But sasa shida hii ni when I looked at that and then I looked at Ruto and because I always have to look at things through Ruto's eyes and I'm like if Ruto so he's a trillionaire sindio ama rumors ni he's a trillionaire that means he's worth more than $10 billion.
Yeah.
You know, if immortality is being achieved, the first people to achieve it are going to be the rich people. Najua capitalism has to win.
Yeah.
So the rich people are going to be
question
first.
of access.
So itafika mpaka level ile alikufa na miaka ngapi? Miaka
250 jamaa
80.
bado anaipeleka.
Itakuwa miaka 80. Alikuwa maskini.
Sasa ndio young, the good die young itakuwa like 92.
Yes. So itakuwa that's going to happen. So
it will increase. The life expectancy will continue.
So with that in mind, I was thinking, like, someone like Ruto, if he hears such information and he's like, you know what, I can live to 150 years, but these people want me to retire at 65, and I still have an extra 85 years to go. Like, what am I going to do in the next 85 years? You understand? I think this would be such an interesting topic for African leaders, yes? Because African leaders would want to be in the forefront.
Exactly.
Yeah. hizo
live forever, especially guys now who have this like control.
Mnapata nani ameenda
Obiang Museveni.
Museveni napata Museveni ameenda amedungwa matako
50 more years. election.
What would be funny is Museveni ends up looking younger than Muhoozi. And he's telling Muhoozi where to Leah.
But Muhoozi will also go for it.
But no, you know, Museveni would even look at Muhoozi as a threat.
Exactly.
You see, right now Muhoozi is looking at his dad and is like, my dad has this amount of time, so I'm the heir to the throne. So right now Museveni akienda dungwe matako na the fountain of youth. He ends up young. It's a kwa shida, but I would even look at it through even Ruto's eyes. I feel like if this technology, like if there's a way that this technology can be whatever, I don't think African leaders would be ready to change. Hata wanasema 5 years ni kidogo sana.
No, they
5 years na bado niko na miaka 200 to live.
Kenya tunakuwa na mashida, but we are an exception in the region in a way. Because ukiangalia hizi ukiangalia pale Tanzania, mama pale opposition ako kwa jela.
Uganda pia,
Ethiopia kule. Kagame nao najua
pale hakuna
election ikifika ukivai na narusha huko ndani with the entire family. Uganda basically guys are waiting for Museveni to die.
And that's why now
kwa kama stories za Mugabe. So itakuwa kama za Mugabe, atakuwa so old, ako huko ma 90s. So probably has 2 more terms. They have hizo ma 90s, right? And then now kutakuwa na ile military scuffle pale Muhoozi nini ama somebody else kills Muhoozi. So like you guys umetukalia for so long, acha sisi pia tukue leaders. So something like that. And then the other alternative would be if the young leaders, say like for example kama opposition leaders wa Uganda, kama kina Nanio,
Bobi Wine.
Kina Bobi Wine. Waingie na RM or rise through the ranks. And then work with the alternative of civilian leadership for the military, sort of honor of the state, the military control of the state. Work with just appoint, get him Akwe, the president. But that would be the other option. Because the only thing that exists in those countries that ultimately the opposition atakanyagwa chini. Si yetu tunafanyanga in a clever way.
At least there's always the illusion of democracy.
Si hakuna mambo ya democracy. Tunafanya tu in a clever way. Like look, kuna dish hapa. Mnataka kukula ama mnataka kwa hiyo side. It's like sawa come. And then result tunatengeneza agreements hapo nini tunafanya hii, and then life goes on.
So uange kwa Museveni, how long would it take you before you call Jinping? Because me have called Jinping by jana. Nini wanishampigia Jinping niambia.
Nimesikia ukisema hiyo kitu hapo.
Because even if I was Ruto, I'd have already called Jinping. Niko najua hii kitu.
Unajua tutafika huko.
If I'm lucky, because if I was Ruto, I'd be like, if I'm lucky, they let me lead till 2032. But now, by the time they lead 2032, if I leave office, I still have 85 years of civilian. And these 85 years, people can come after my wealth. Unajua hivyo? Because unajua hivyo. Like, if leaders keep changing in 85 years' time, there's going to be someone who will have come after your wealth and be like, you know what?
The thing is, and then, that's a really interesting point. Kenyans are electing young and younger guys. Kwa president. Probably, I think Ruto is like at the youngest.
Funny enough, Uhuru was the youngest.
When he was coming in, but then Ruto akakuja.
Uhuru aliingia akiwa 51.
So he was the youngest.
So Ruto aliingia akiwa 55.
So the thing is that after umaliza 10 years zako, unajipata uko 60s. You're in your 60s, right? And like tukiangalia how long rich people, especially former presidents wameishi, ma 80s, ma 90s, because so you still have like 30 years after umetoka. So for them is like, since umeiba so much cash, the question is like, how are you going to protect this wealth? So that's why unaona hata kina Uhuru wanajaribu come back na other, by supporting other guys kujaribu kama hiyo side imekataa, you come back to the president, mnaongea like,
because Uhuru ushaisikia, you've heard the story that Northlands was just Eurobond money.
Yeah, that's just because where were they getting 500 billion?
Alafu unajua hatucheza. I always say like one day when Kenya has a leader,
like see loan na tujasikia wameuza shares kwa makampuni like imetoka wapi.
Unajua one day we have to go after this money.
It will be. So utapata now mtu kama Uhuru is sort of ajaribu kuwork na Ruto to sort of protect their staff during Ruto's regime, but also planning for who comes after Ruto.
Yes.
So that the generation ikwetu, their staff is protected. Ruto will, because Ruto atoka kama is very young, he'll atacheza the same game. He'll want to control some level of control of who else is coming to protect his wealth. And so the cycle just goes on and goes on. And if you have younger, the more younger the president it is, until now somebody decide like, look, let's, hata kama watu wamekufa like hii ilikuwa land ya gava, rudisha, hii ilikuwa pesa ya gava, hii ilikuwa Eurobond, and then ita destroy all that. Pia,
ule mtoto, ule grandkid wa Moi ametuonyesha, yes, these grandkids can live a life of thug road.
What is happening there, by the way?
See, ni grid tu, nile grid ya because apparently this guy, because how many, I think he had 19 kids, Jonathan,
He had 19 kids.
Jonathan had a lot of kids. Jonathan Moi. So, of course, ilikuwa ni different mothers. Yes? So, since ni different mothers, what ends up, Jonathan Moi had at least 19 claimed children, including his twin sons, Gerald Kipkosgei Toroitich and Geoffrey Kipkirui Toroitich, and other sons like Clint Kiprono Moi. I think this Clint is the one who's going through hell, yes? So
what happened? Alikuanga tu huko ama ametoka maju.
Nani
that Clint guy.
Clint just one of those amekuwa tu. Ufala did majuzi hivi. When Jonathan Moi died in April 2020, most people believe he had only 4 children. Sindo? After his death, several other people including sikia hijo, Roslyn Rachel Adhiambo Opata, Lawrence Kipchumba, Beatrice Mbuli, and Faith Nyambura came forward claiming to be his children.
The guy
was... Ukiona pesa watu show up.
But it's a tough one there. And I think it goes back to what extent do you think of yourself as an individual that can sort of chart their own way in life with or without whatever largesse that your dad or grandfather had. And I think for them it's, that sense of the entitlement. Najasi tulikuja tu Nairobi ukaanza kuhustle and then you try to make your own Nini.
But we mwenye jiuliza, let's be realistic. Saizi, if someone came and whispered in your ear that you know that your dad could be Biwot, wajua utaenda kujiangalia kwa miro kwenye mimi nafanya na Biwot, because it's such a
anze kucompare my AI pictures.
Because it's a ticket from Thagrog, and I always look at it this way, like we are all trying to escape Thagrog. There's no one who embraces, because this is instant wealth, number one. Apart from instant wealth, this is how else can I put it? So instant wealth and instant life. Yes, so I understand why people always claim such dads. Najua mi hata buda angeniambia sijui nini, mother angeniambia kuna wakati nimecheza nje nikapatana nitakuwa as long as sisi raya maskini kani raya maskini nitajam, lakini kiwa ni some mdudu azmani itakuwa like yes, I've always felt some connection with this one.
Reminds me of that guy that anakwanga interviewed that anakaa kama Kenyatta, si ndio?
Ule according to mimi Kenyatta sindio?
Yeah, ni copy paste.
Ni copy paste. Alafu anatoka Katondo, aje hivyo?
By the way, ana madhe pia uliza madhe. Madhe like wewe ukiniuliza hiyo kitu tena tutakosana.
Like inaka Kenyatta ile chapa.
Unajua mom is like in 80s I think. Sijui kama hiyo video niliona ni ya juzi ama nini. but the mom is like in the 80s now kama 80s bla lakini bado abongi sema hiyo story we hiyo story silete hiyo story hapa lenga hiyo story
because I think pia ni the fear of Mama Ngina
na wajawasa wanaweza kukua
yeah
hizo ma accidents so happen too
yeah hiyo pia unajua tu uko pa Mama Ngina because even like majuzi we did a show where we were talking about Kenyatta's children yes and you know Mama Ngina was like the fourth wife yes and as the fourth wife she's the only one we know about the rest hatujuagi
but how much she was very young so she had a whole life kupanga hizi vitu probably hao wengine walikuwa wazee
tulikuwa tuna joke that their wedding was like a porn title barely legal barely legal man
karibu iko na ebony
yeah like was like he married her so he was 51 the president was 51 yes
alikuwa 51
and she was 18 and we're not even sure alikuwa amefika 18 by the time she was getting married
probably young
so she was barely legal man so the question was I remember tukijiuliza like what if now her son had showed up with a young girl would she have wanted the son to keep the young girl you know the way life tunakuwaga so hypocritical
life na hypocrisy man.
Yeah we're so hypocritical that if the son at 51 when he was becoming president decided to date some 19-year-old she'd have refused
disaster
ilikuwa ni disaster but hii tukibonga juu living forever you know one thing we didn't talk about was kulikuwa na hii story so you know there is a Chinese emperor who wanted to live forever ujuaga juu yake alikuwa naitwa Jinping Huang so Jinping Huang the cause of Jinping Huang death remains unknown though he had been worn down by his many years of rule one hypothesis holds that he was poisoned by an elixir containing mercury given to him by his court of alchemists and physicians in his quest for immortality. Yes. So hii quest ya immortality, it's so funny how life, like the same thing happens. So
it's
now,
understandable though. It's understandable, especially kama uko mafutani.
Yes.
Suicide. Battling suicide kila siku.
You want a way out.
You want a way out because ni kubaya, but kama uko mafutani, you know, it's like how long can I keep on enjoying this stuff, you know. So for me I'm like, you have power, you have this extreme wealth. You have like, you know, guys are just kneeling in front of you. You're any king. Like why would you want to die?
Yeah. You just want to live forever.
You want to live forever.
But now, this fountain of youth, I always feel like what would happen is if it existed, it would also break families. Because as I keep telling you, if you asked me, if Museveni given a choice between him, kujidunga matako na hii dawa ama son wake, I think he'd choose himself. Any day, he'd choose himself.
Yes,
so this would end up breaking families. Amejidunga matako pale alafu it's so easy to sanitize it in Africa because kuwa like now since I look like a youth just bring pastors wasema wananiombea half pastors wakuja tumemwombea then utokea God has given me a new lease.
Lakini pastors pia wanakulianga kwa system.
Wanakuliaga sana but kuzime ni remind there was this movie nilikuwa na watch ni movie ya it's the new movie ya Denzel Highest to Lowest.
So watch bado.
It has this, I don't know how inaenda kukuspoilia but it has this thing that happens. Two friends, yes? So mean na wewe like I'm the godfather to your kid. Yes? So your kid is my godson. But I have $17.5 million. And someone researches vile siku kwa social media mtu anaweza fuata mambo yako akafuata ka notice I have $17.5 million. They decide that they are going to kidnap my son. Sindio? But on that specific day your son and my son are playing alafu my son amevaa kitu ile your son amevaa kitu ile my son over
vile matoi uchange manguo.
Yes, so akaenda up amekidnapiwa. So now a kidnapper shows up and instead of kidnapping mtoi wangu akidnap mtoi wako
because ile description yangu aliambiwa.
Yes, but don't forget mi niko na $17.5 million wewe hauna, so aende anze kuitisha ransom. So akitisha ransom simbeleni nafikiria ni mtoi wangu. So asks for the $17.5 million but then realizes it's your kid. but now still insist since mimi na wewe ni mabeste the 17.5 million shillings lazima itoke ama $1 million lazima itoke. So the question is atakuuliza, do you think as a friend I should sacrifice all my wealth to save your son?
As a friend?
Yes.
No. You know,
would you understand though? Would you understand ile niko like
kuelewa utaelewa.
Utaelewa like nitakuwa mimi ile time niko nafikiri mtoi wangu I was ready to spend the $17.5 million, si ndio? But sasa si mtoi wangu.
Si mtoto wako.
So am I still supposed to, because mtoi bado it's still my godson.
Wow, that's tricky.
It's an interesting one, eh?
Ni dilemma.
That's for you, so people need to watch that movie and find out what happened hapo. But I found it to be such an interesting thing because that's a true test of friendship and a true test of what it means to be a godfather and a godson.
The extent to which you value the friendship vis-a-vis hii cash yako.
Yeah, because hii cash kienda uko back to Tagro. Na Tagro umepigana nao for the rest of your life.
Ukastashi man. Yeah. Then all of a sudden.
Because Tagro kinakuaga, it's not a joke, man. People, I always laugh when I hear people say things like, "Oh, money is not everything."
No. It's everything.
Yeah, I think kuna rapper.
It's everything.
Wa De La Soul. Yosemaga, money is not everything, but everything makes me want it. Yes. Because it's not everything, but because people always see people talk a lot of shit, especially if you come to eat time ya Ruto and Ruto calling people and buying people in quotes. You'll see people be like, me, I'd never be bought. I'd never be what. And I always say like, that number one, because majuzi nani alisema, David D alisema, that people are very, you'd be stupid not to be an opportunist in life. You see, as one person.
Because the entire hustle basically in you.
Yes. Like if you look at life philosophically and you ask yourself, why are we here? Do you know life is a game of money? Okay, me angaliaga hivyo. You are the author, so you'll give me you'll give me your 2 cents on this. Yes? But there's a time nilikaa chini and I thought about it and I was like, life is a game of money. There's nothing else we live for. How do we measure success? Money. What guarantees me quality of life? Money. What somehow still guarantees me happiness? Money. Let's look at countries. Kwa nini US iko respected than hizi countries zingine iko na pesa? Kwa nini China iko respected kushinda nini iko na pesa? China ikitutengeneza hizi vitu zote, inatutengeneza batteries na vitu kama hizo, inatengeneza juu ya nini? Pesa. So it means life is all about money. Like there's no, what was the there's a higher purpose. But what higher purpose? The higher purpose is we are going to measure your success through money. Footballers, majuzi tunaochapa, players are being bought left, right and center.
Yeah,
money.
They perform.
Yes.
Yeah. Your incentive.
Incentives
umeona.
Yes.
Saa hii unaona vile vitu.
Vile atukulipo majuzi mambo ikaenda. Ikaenda sega mnege. So do you think if as the modern day philosophers, because I always say another way we do when we look at philosophy, we always look at it through the eyes of Kina Plato, Socrates.
But it evolves with culture, with society.
Yes. Yeah. So would you say is there any other reason why we actually live apart from money? Of course, we lie to ourselves about other stuff, but wana feel aje?
Wajua kwa maisha, life itself, even from just the biological imperative,
yes,
is self-preservation.
Yes.
You know? And this just applies to every living being. Hata si binadamu pekee.
Yes.
Self-preservation. So the essence of self-preservation is that you'll do everything in your power
to
as
stay
long as
alive.
you're of sound mind and
Yes.
stuff, so that you can exist to the next day until, of course, whether it's an accident or disease or whatever, you cannot exist to the next day. So everything we do, literally in life, is to make it to the next day.
Yes.
So all decisions we make, whether it's kutafuta pesa, whether it's, you can just decide you don't want to eat. Na utakufa tu, Ya utakaa wiki mbili kwa keja. Sema we funga hiyo mlango na utupe key. Baki kwa hiyo keja bila you'll die, you
Yes.
know. At some point in your death process you realize I fucked up, you know. I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Because
After that time you can't even scream for help, you don't have the energy.
exactly, because you can't even sleep because your uko na njaa huwezi pia lala. So your brain becomes extremely alert.
Yes.
Because of the lack of nutrition. Unaona? So everything we do, so the only difference is the degree of enough.
Yes.
Yeah, and the degree of enough could determine what you can access. Unaona?
Konene, nimeinterrupt show kukuremind juu ya lemfi. Sisahau lemfi kupatiaga very competitive rates ikikam to exchange rates, lakini apart from that ukitumia promo code ikonini unabaki umepata $20 cashback on your first transaction. Na kitu moja na cheki jo, kuna hapa watu 55 wako US na Canada, washa verify accounts zao, lakini bado hawaja transact jo. So baki umetransact jo, your first $100 utapata $20 cashback. Na pia usisahau kama tayari usha transact, umekuwa ukitransact through lemfi, for every $50 umekuwa ukispend, umekuwa ukijishindia reward points. Na hizi reward points pia kuna vile tunaweza end up tukiziboost. Tunaziboost aje? Sasa nataka ubaki umeregister for the newsletter ya lemfi. Newsletter ya lemfi hatutakutumia vitu za kipumbavu itakuwa tu kukutumia very good offers. For example, very soon wasome register for the lemfi newsletter watakuwa wakipata reward points zile wanabaki wametumia kwa their airline tickets. So when ni samabani una plan kukuja Kenya, how need hizo points najua for your airline tickets. Make that airline trip very cheap ama much cheaper. Baki umechangamka. So vile nimesema, changamka, ingia lemfi. Kama hujai register for lemfi, usisahau promo code ni ekonene on your first transaction, ubaki umepata $20 cashback. Kama sivyo, register for newsletter. Every time we spend $50 una get some reward points. So unangoja nini jo? Lemfi, international payments for everyone. Ekonene. Wacha turudi kwa show.
So like you can say like if somebody gives me $1 million today,
yes,
I'm good. But you only say that because you still don't know what $1 million can buy. The moment you realize what $1 million can buy, unaona inaisha, be like, damn, I think I need more.
Because me now I made give me $1 million Kuwait. Ile za Kuwait zinaitwa nini?
Oh, zile
ile moja na kwa ni $3 hiyo sasa hiyo. Yeah.
So
at least you itanisaidia, but $1 million shillings bana.
No, in a month
unatuak tu nayo kidogo ishaisha.
It will be gone. So in the modern world,
yeah,
money ndio hunting. So while kitambo you had to be strong and muscular and stuff and can run fast when to the wild to hunt to get something for the day. Now you have to go to work or do whatever it is in the capitalist system,
yes,
that can earn something. And why are we earning? Is to spend on the things that keeps us alive, you know? So we will work and do everything as long as we can earn something from it.
Yes.
Nutrition, tulipe rent, ama ununue nyumba, ubai chakula, ulipe fees, whatever for the next generation. So you really can't say that money is not the most important thing. Because there are so many people who would like to employ you without a salary. Like, utengeneze a company and then you say like, look, I want guys who believe that money is not important.
Kujeni mtandike kazi.
Mtandike ile job mbaya sana kama zile ma sweatshop zile. Like how many guys would turn up?
Yes.
And they do that like forever. Like.
But you know the funny thing is we can never agree on that because humans, I think we feel a certain level of guilt. So when I tell you that money is everything and money is very important and it's one of the most important things in life, utakata. But when you come to think about it, money determines even who is
you know
going.
Why somebody
mtoto mtoto wako unajua ni pesa inadetermine.
You know why somebody anakata? It's because they already have it.
Azizi nakwambia hata utapata ule matako yake yakipata Italia mbwana. Utapata pia huyo unamwambia money is very important anakuambia because I think hatutaki kubelieve that life is a game because when you think about it ushachikige vile usemaga like sukaga chini and we watch Arsenal versus Manchester United but we watch Kenya versus Morocco and someone wins and someone ule so huyo akiscore goal inasemekana amewin huu mwingine the same thing na money like kila kitu ni do whoever you're screwing is determined by money kuna dem utaingia kwa pahali hivi saizi tuangalie let's not go far how many men have the guts to step up to Charlene kidogo sana but in a normal circumstance does Charlene anaweza kuintimidate if not about the money
if you have the cash
no let's say hakuna do there is no issue of money there is no issue of anything would Charlene intimidate you
it would just be your normal human desire
nacheki but
like hakuna ku second gaze like there's nothing to rationalize about
sindio so nakuonyesha how powerful money is and the worst thing about it is life yetu yote so now you have pastors yes? Like pastors will be there and all they're asking for is your money people think that ati they're trying to take you to heaven no they want your money because it's all about money and even they as pastors measure success through money
heaven is in your pockets
yes
no it's you can look at it from the perspective of in a society for us to live together
yes
there's a certain consensus huwa tuna build and this consensus usually grows out of there are these two forces there's the competition na kuna cooperation
yes
unaona so in competition is like we'll compete against everybody else to get something if the costs of competing are less but if the costs of competition become so high that somebody getting something leads to the like complete destruction of so many people the society opts for cooperation
yes
that kila mtu apate kidogo kidogo na ifikie a bigger number of people rather than just one person having everything so we just came up with a language that we can use to sort of communicate our cooperation because then we are in a constant state of exchange
yes
whether it's on material things money or whether it's on ideas
whether it's pleasure
my pleasure fluids najua lazima there's a constant exchange so there's always this negotiation that goes on in every interaction
yes
there's a negotiation that goes on where there's a point at which we say like look I'm willing to take this nikawa tu umeenda place kubai kitu ama umeenda Gikombe unataka kubai t-shirt ama nini and then amekwambia like hey, hii ni patch
yes
and then you're like negotiate mfike 300 even though it's not written but because you two are negotiating for value
yes
at some point like you get your 300 from the pocket unampatia you're like thanks man and then you move so negotiation is almost everything whether it's in the household whether it's politics whether it's in business you have to negotiate you have to convince somebody that they need like a new shoe kama they already have like 100 pairs of shoes or 10 pairs of shoes
yes
you have to give them another value to aspire to like now this shoe is totally different from hizo viatu zote uko nazo and so if you buy this shoe itakugive this level of nini in the society and somebody's like they have resources they'd acquire it so hii ni kitu ina happeningi so it's the same thing even with the money discussion
yes
you know how billionaires would not tell you that money is important because it's no longer part of the things they worry about every day
yes
like conversation of like is money because they already have almost everything that money can buy
yes
so their only issue is you only have 24 hours so it's like what can they do in 24 hours so their time so long as the money remained constant is what they negotiate about. And then now how they allocate their time either will increase or decrease ile stash ya do. For a poor person, it's not the same thing. No, you're on the brink of starvation.
utaki kujua
You're on the brink of starvation. Sasa, you have to decide whether would you go out and, like, for example, in countries like ours, most people, other members of crime is because of
thug rock, like
thug rock, you know?
yes.
So you're like, sina dishi, sina job, sina nini. I don't have a parent here. Sema paro wako nini wako ocha. Where are you going to get food? You can't go live with your relative. You can't eat at your neighbors every day. So for them, like crime, and the more even violent ones, it just becomes like it's just an animal in the wild. They're basically hunting for food and for pleasure, and they're looking for that money so that it can give them when I am bog.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it links back to ile story kuna sema about civic education. So actually, you can civic education and to a stage where watu sasa wanavotia people based on ideas or principles of vitu kama hizo can only happen once you give people access to basic amenities to a certain level.
Yes.
So that's why unaona some tumefika a stage where we don't really talk about a dictatorship or democracy. We just talk about to what extent are citizens accessing these basic amenities. Watu wako na maji kwa nyumba. Do people have houses to live in? Is food accessible and of high quality? Is healthcare accessible and of high quality? Education, kila mtu anaenda shule without sort of the punitive fees. So if at a sane like country, which is an opportunity, sisi wa Africa, we've been sort of throwing it away. And it's something we can achieve just in a span of 10 years or so. So if a country could purely focus, country kama Kenya, unajua Kenya hatuna minerals, hatuna oil, and yet we are like the biggest sort of economy in this area. Basically, it's human resource. It's what human beings are doing, what the citizens are doing, the government inachukua tax. Unaona? So assuming if the government, in taking tax, completely shut off the thinking of doing other things other than the things that would make the lives of citizens better. Assuming hiyo pesa yote wana collectingi, you don't take any debt, just use the money you've collected, your 2 trillion or 3 trillion, but just to build the highest quality schools, to build and maintain the highest quality hospitals that are free and accessible, to make sure farmers get the right high quality tools, the right they need to produce food so that we can access high quality food at cheaper rates. You know, it will not give us the foreign exchange that capitalism sort of puts out there.
Yes.
But after some time, then unajua kama umeishi for like 20 years ujakuwa na njaa, then you stop thinking about food as an issue. Stop thinking about health as an issue. Stop thinking about education because it's already standard. It's there.
Yes.
Then now people become aspirational in the right way. They say like, now for us to actually live like the highest level of existence, now we want leaders that look like this, that talk like this. That's when unaanga wazungu wanakujanga huko na human rights nini unajua usichape mtoi, usislaughter your goat, you know, that kind of stuff. It's because they have existed in a state at least maybe up to let's say 5 years ago or something, for like 40 or 50 years, they existed in a state where systems were working.
Yes.
So you could go to the hospital, na upate matibabu, you'd go to the highest quality schools, and it was high quality stuff, you know?
Yeah. But
so beyond that, so they were not thinking about when they were voting, it wasn't like this competition. It's just like looking how many guys are.
So because science talks of multiverses, yes? And other dimensions. So do you think if that you're saying according to quantum physics, yes? If that is actually true, yes, does this mean that kuna other human societies where money is not the only form of and people
exchange.
live a very different life? And I'd want to know, in such a society, what makes people wake up early in the morning and go, kusoja sisi tumekam tuka understand pesa ndio fanyaga tunamka asubuhi, because if I work from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'll make more money than if I work from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. So this makes me, so I'd want to know easy societies, like what, like, because all we've ever known is capitalism, yes, but you see, capitalism is man-made. So that means there was another way, but ama there is another way. But sasa the question is, with this other way, how would life be? Would it be like sisi wote tunaishi kwa house inafanana the same, kila kitu inafanana? Would there be the same level of curiosity that we have, the same level of scientific advancement? Because science has also been pushed by money. Najua the need for people to make money has made people come up with
somebody.
Yes. So wana filaje hiyo, like, if there's a multiverse, do you think there's a universe where hakuna any form of exchange, people just live the same?
I think look at it from the basis, like a very basic level of existence, in the sense of nutrition is sort of at the foundational level of existence. You exist in this sort of world and earth where it gives you oxygen, yes, which of course we are messing up, but it gives you oxygen, it gives you what other gases that you want, but then you have to access food through other species that exist.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can access whatever nutrients you need for your own growth, biological growth, through plants. Yeah, so you have to go out there and gather them and ingest them, kule, digest, to grow your body, because everything is growing. The plants are getting it from the soil. You have to go out there and hunt.
Yes.
To get a different kind of nutrition for the proteins and all that. What you are hunting gets its nutrition from something. So there's this web.
Yes.
Yeah, the food web and the food cycle that maintains sort of the population of interdependence of species.
Yes.
In the whole earth. Now, to imagine a different situation, the best way to imagine is where they don't get nutrition through ingesting another species. They get nutrition from the air. Like the same way we breathe in oxygen, maybe in that other universe, there are other gases that they also breathe in.
And so they stay.
They breathe in their proteins, their carbohydrates.
So hakuna this ecosystem.
So there's no need for exchange for nutrition. But then maybe there would be other exchange for other reasons, exchange for other maybe aspirations, art aspirations, philosophy, something to buy from somebody. Or everybody then would just be doing their own stuff for other people to enjoy, so that it can increase their own experience of existence. So yeah, there could be. And even in our own continent, if there wasn't so much focus on control of the factors of production by a certain class, certain sort of political and economic class, they would not have so much exchange. Yeah, would be able to exist almost free out of exchange. You know,
because when you think about nature and how violent it is, and this is what I will normally check. Like when I'm joking about religion, I always joke about ile part here. Man was given dominion over everything. Because I can try to imagine the amount of men that lived before religious text.
Yeah.
That died because an animal was devouring them.
Yeah, you are food to another animal.
You just food to another. So you've been lied to that you're
We
somehow
still are
special.
when we die. When
Yes.
najua sahi unaweza ingia savo and you'll be food to guys.
Yes.
They don't have this religious thing. This guy was given dominion of us. No. The guys are going to eat you.
Yeah.
And it will just be like they have eaten a gazelle,
I think there's a one phrase I like saying. I say that death feeds life and life feeds death.
Yeah, it's a cycle, yeah.
Yes. So death feeds life in that an animal or a plant has to die for you to stay alive. So you eat off its nutrients, yes?
Yeah, the carbon cycle,
Yeah. Alafu when you when you are dead, of course, kuna yo, like now the dead you, you're feeding life, sindio?
Yeah, which are breaking nutrients there again for trees and stuff.
So it's a very interesting, but it also shows you how the human, like when you think about humans and like just coming up with capitalism and making it so normal that we can't think of another way, while there's actually other ways that life could have been in. But
how do you think ants see us?
Because they also collaborate. Yes?
Yeah. They have their own society.
They collaborate.
Which is organized.
Yes.
They join ants, they build the ant hills, which is a really complex
bees also
sort
do
of
the same.
skyscraper there.
Bees
pia wanafanya vitu zao, wanatengeneza hii hani tu. Sasa hii hani zi tumebadilisha kakodishi yetu.
Because even that honeycomb thing, I think
it's for theirs. It's supposed to be their granary.
Yes, you had this. There's scientists were able to solve the honeycomb paradox, which is something. Check your story. And discover that hexagon, whatever. It's such a necessary shape. I don't remember what was being said. That how we can even learn from such small animals. So there are all these things that you look at life, but life in itself ends up being this beautiful thing. That it is. Of course, it's violent, it's random, it's all these things. But now, I normally mokigi religion sometimes. And the reason I mock religion is now, if you look at Africa, it's like we've, in quotes, stopped living. Because religion has taken away our curiosity.
Yeah, we've suspended our own existence for something else.
So tunangoja tudedi so that we end up going somewhere else. Alafu it's so interesting that when you're arguing with an African and you tell them like, you know what, maybe we've been lied to, they never think someone has lied to us.
But religion is something just stems from just the essence of existence itself, of existing, of living. The only difference is that it's not born of the desire to know. It's more or less born of fear.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like you try to imagine the first time, maybe the first human experienced death.
Yes.
Like ulikuwa unatembea na mse, mko huko ma forest nini. Then somebody drops down. Because death, they only knew from like you're attacked by another animal, ama some natural thing like maybe tree imekuangukia stuff. So it crushes you the same way they kill animals for nutrition. But try to imagine a situation where somebody was just sleeping there and then they died. I think it is at that moment that now thinking started about like what is life.
Yes.
The day the first
person
died,
yes,
whether it's an animal or whatever, that's when now the first thinking started of what is life. And then when we realize that we have no power to stop death, we try to distance ourselves from everything that we have seen dying, or the things that we kill. Hapo sasa ndio mambo ya dominion ikakuja.
Ikakuja.
We try to essentialize ourselves as a higher being than the animals that we are killing for food.
Yes.
You know?
They have no purpose.
Yeah, they have no purpose. So we sort of allocated ourselves some meaning, some purpose to existence.
Napata kuna line kwa miambe ingine, ama ka antelope kwa miambe ingine, kesho tunapatana saa 8. Situshaikula for dinner.
Exactly. So that is where like it started. Now everything else ni kujaza tu kwa hiyo story.
Yeah.
Every other philosophy, every other body of knowledge is just, all of them end to basically what is life, what is the purpose of life. And then we created so many things to enjoy ourselves. Tukingojea.
Alafu have you noticed that hiyo tukijiuliza hiyo swali ya what is life and what is what, we love having answers. We just want an answer even if it's not the correct answer. So check it.
Yeah, but essentially we don't know, or maybe there's we just, it's just happenstance. We're just like everything else. Like the same way we exist is the same way the universe exists, the same way the moon exists, the stars exist. We happened.
Yes.
We just happened in existence.
Lakini sasa tuko conscious.
Yeah.
So since tuko conscious, we come up with this being that's superior, but it's so petty that it makes no sense. Like when you come to think about it, like this being creates everything on heaven and earth, but does not care if two fish are fucking. But sisi as humans, so concerned with who we are fucking.
And yet that is like how are they supposed to reproduce?
Yeah.
You know?
Like it's so nini. Alafu when you look at the evolutionary approach to sex amongst other species.
Yeah.
Other species only screw when the female icon hit. They don't screw for pleasure. Apart from, I think, the bonobo monkeys and the what, hizo. Very few species, yes? The rest of the species all screw just for procreation. Sisi, evolutionarily, we end up, because I think we have this big brain, so evolution knew that, if there is no pleasure in doing this thing, the species is going to go extinct. So ikakuwa sasa nyinyi sasa, you'll be able to just screw for fun. You'll be the one species where screwing is so up there that mkishata build society yenyu ya pesa, itakuwa ule mtu yuko na pesa, yuko na access to premium pussy. Nyinyi wengine wote ni tu vienyeji na vitu kama, and then tukabuild this society yetu. But it's inakoga so interesting, the human whatever.